Did we find the perfect way to record all of your DJ sets during weddings and corporate events, all into multiple cameras? I think we did. Let's check it out. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. As you saw in the intro, this is about recording all your DJ sets into multiple cameras. I have my Insta360 X4 here. I've got my Sony ZV-1 here, and this is recording everything wirelessly, seamless. This is with announcements, this is with music. There is no after editing. There is no syncing in post. Everything records straight into the cameras. You don't have to worry about any editing or syncing like I mentioned. So I'm gonna show you everything that I'm using, how to set it up and how to do it, and we'll show you some examples from the cameras itself. Now, I can't take full credit for this. This goes out to my man, Dave Gordon. Dave Gordon is an excellent DJ, a phenomenal content creator, and he is the one that posted this video on how to do this. I sent him a message and said, yo, I just wanna make sure that I'm getting everything right here. This is what I have and this is what I need. He said, absolutely, bro. You're on the right track. Just go for it, test it out, and let me know how it works out for you. So I've tested it. I bought a few things that I need, and it is flawless. So let me flip this camera around, show you everything that you need to do this. You don't have to copy it exactly with the brands that I have here. This is just what I had on hand. I'm gonna show you how to wirelessly do this, and also this HM50 Behringer room mic that Dave Gordon uses. That thing picks up sound phenomenally as well, so that you can capture that real live audio mix plus the sound of the crowd. Hopefully that kind of doesn't get you demonetized or blocked in some countries as YouTube does. So again, let me spin this camera around, show you everything that we're using, and then you can make the judgment call on whether or not this is the best situation for you to capture your mixes. All right, so as you guys know, this is my latest DJ booth that I recently built. This is the $249 Amazon receptionist desk. Believe it or not, this looks way more than $249, but that is all it costs. We got some fake plants that are permanently mounted here just to kind of give it an executive feel. And then under here, I've got some Govee lighting. So this desk does come with some lighting under here, but it's only white. So the Govee lets me change it and also put it to the beat of the music and everything. And then on the bottom here, I have 4-inch caster wheels. What we did is the desk does not come with that piece there. That is a piece of 3/4 inch plywood that I put on the bottom, and then I put the caster wheels on there. And all that is so that I could store stuff under here, such as my Exiton, I think this is called the B12 monitor. And then here's my rack mount, right? So I've got my inputs and outputs here. So my PowerCon input there. And then for the sake of this video, we're just using the X5 U45 for this. I've got my trip light power supply here, and then also my PC800 power conditioner, 2 drawers, my SLXD 4D, my Melanair SD2, which this thing is phenomenal. This is hooked into my aux out, so I can send to a remote speaker. And then up here, I'm using my Yamaha MG12XU. Now, Dave Gordon did say you have to have a digital mixer to do this, but that is not true. This is an analog mixer. It works exactly the same, but I'm gonna show you what you need in an analog mixer. My Rev 5 here, and then of course my MacBook Pro. In the desk, I did install a drink holder, power supply back there in the corner, another power supply back here. There's the Govee lighting control. This is my Bluetooth backup in case I need something. This is just a clock that runs during the night, so I keep track of time. And then it's always nice to have a little fan blowing on you throughout the night. So this works perfectly for me. Now, as mentioned, I am running the Yamaha MG12XU. I love this mixer. I've had this mixer for years, and it's never let me down. So in order to do this, there's a few things that you're gonna need. Your mixer, first of all, is gonna either need an aux out, which the Yamaha comes with 2, or it needs an FX send, or a group out, which is what I'm utilizing. I'm utilizing the group out. And then you are gonna need some type of audio splitter, which I got this one off of Amazon for like $9. And then you'll see these cables here. I've got 2 of these. These are called attenuator cables. So you will definitely need these. what these attenuator cables do is they reduce your sound by 36 decibels so that you're not blasting into your X4 or your Sony ZV-1 or whatever camera you're using, right? Because I tried this at first with just a 3.5 millimeter regular cable, and I went into here, and no matter how low I had my receiver on, it blasted this camera out. It was totally distorted. Same with any kind of DSLR or camera such as the ZV-1. You are gonna wanna go into your camera and set it pretty low to like anywhere between 5 and 8 on the volume input. I have mine like around 7, and I have my receiver set to the lowest setting that it will go on, right? These are the Rode Mi's, which work perfectly. Now you'll see this cable coming out of here. This is going down to a power bank. I always have a fully charged battery inside my camera, but what's cool about this setup is when you run it off the power bank, it'll run off of this. The second that I need my assistant to quickly detach this camera, which I have these quick releases on my camera, all they have to do is just unplug this battery, and the internal battery takes over without a blip. It doesn't turn off, it doesn't glitch, it doesn't do anything. So they could take this off, use this handle, go out on the floor, capture some footage, capture me mixing maybe, come back, put it back on there, plug this back right back into the side of the camera, and now it's running off of this battery, again, preserving that battery on the inside. So pretty cool setup there. That is the Sony ZV-1. This thing has always been phenomenal for me, never let me down. This is the Behringer HM50 room mic. This thing here is what Dave Gordon suggested to leave right here on your booth. This is going to capture all the sound of the room. Now this does require 48 volts, so when you come in to your mixer, you will have to turn on your 48 volts. And then of course, PFL is huge on mixers, so if you don't know what PFL is, that is a pre-fader line. This allows you to click this before you even turn your fader up and play a track on your mixer, or do a microphone test as well, right? So what a PFL does is, I'm gonna show you right here. I'm gonna hit that PFL button, you'll see it light up there, and I'm gonna do a test 2. So you wanna try to get to that 0 line, test 2. So what it is this is mic 2. So if I come down on my gain, test 2, you can see I'm nowhere near that 0 mark. So all you want to do is play with your gain, test 2, and there I am, I'm right there. I might go over just like a tad, but that's perfect. So that tells me I'm at the perfect setting for my microphone. Now, granted, you might get a little more hype than what I'm talking at during the night, so maybe you do want to come down just a tad, especially because I have this microphone, mic 2, dedicated for my assistant when he takes the camera off of the tripod and goes out into the crowd and is talking to people. Hey, you guys having a great time tonight? And he's putting the microphone up to their mouths. You know, they might be screaming because they're, you know, inebriated or drunk or whatever. So you might want to take that into consideration, but I'm going to show you exactly how we're doing this. Like I said, I'm using group out. Now with your mixer, here's the thing. If you don't know what group out is, on your mixer, you usually have 2 buttons here. So on my main mic that I'll be using for announcements and stuff, I have the stereo button clicked, right? So the stereo button is clicked to go out to my main speakers. When you have your group button clicked, like I do here, that is gonna go only to the group out, which goes to my cameras. So that means when he takes this microphone out onto the floor and is talking to people, how you guys doing? Are y'all having a great time? It's gonna go only to the cameras, right? This is not gonna go out to, I'm just using this as an example, it's not gonna go out to my MAUI 44 G2s so that people aren't hearing that, right? So anything that you have clicked there for group out only and the stereo disengaged, here's your group out volume. You always wanna make sure you disengage the stereo button so that that's not going out to your main speakers. So that is a cool feature. And then of course, you're getting that 360. I do have a quick release on my 360 camera as well. In case he or she wants to take that off, put it on one of these. Here's another quick release mount here, and then they can take this out to the floor as well. So pretty cool. Now, Dave Gordon did this as well, but one thing that I didn't like about Dave Gordon's setup is he uses that curly red cable, and that's just a no-go for me. As you can see here, this is in the stitch line of the camera, so it won't show up in your video. I noticed in all of Dave Gordon's videos, you could see that red cable in all of his videos, and that looks tacky to me. So piece of advice to Dave, if you're watching, bro, I would definitely go this route and get rid of that curly cable so it's not showing up in your videos. But yeah, let's do a sound test real quick. I want to show you how this works and how the microphone works. Now, one thing before we go forward, because I know you will drill me in the comments. When you're mixing, you know, so I have this here, and I did a PFL check on my volume for my Rev 5. I'm probably never gonna go all the way up to Unity, right? I'll probably be somewhere in this range here. But no matter what range you're at, the volume of your music is always gonna overpower your mixer, right? This is why most of the times us wedding DJs and event DJs, we always kind of bring down the volume a little bit if we make an announcement, and then we go back up. Bring it down. Hey guys, if you got nothing but love for Mr. and Mrs. Smith, make some noise, and then back up, right? So with that being said, I would never be able to lower the volume of my mix just so my assistant can talk on the microphone. So it's not always gonna come through crystal clear, but you'll be able to hear that microphone in the background, especially if he's screaming through the crowd. So let's hook this up. Let's get some footage on the X4. Let's get some footage on the Sony ZV-1 and show you exactly how this works. I've got both of my transmitters just resting right here, nice up on the top of the DJ booth, right next to the HM50. I know you're gonna drill me in the comments again. I've done several tests with this. No, I do not get any interference with these two sitting right next to each other. That was my biggest fear. I thought I was gonna get interference, but I did not. This system has been proven stellar since day one that I've been testing it. So yeah, let's get to it. Let's get to some of these samples here. Oh yeah, one thing I forgot to mention is I made this little bottom cover here for the front with just some hinges. And as you know, this booth was inspired by DJ James King right here on YouTube. James is one of our DJs. He's freaking amazing. And if you haven't watched or followed King's Court on his YouTube channel, you're in for some great content. He's been interviewing some great DJs. So as you can see, it covers up the wheels and everything. So I did it just a little wider. It was actually by mistake. But what's cool about it is it gives me some flexibility so that I can have that extra on the edge. James did his to the exact measurements, and his was kind of bowing out. He said that he wished he would have went a little wider, but nobody's gonna really tell. But yeah, it covers up the wheels and it makes it look like it's a permanent bass. So I like that look. All right, look, so now you should be picking me up right here in the Insta360 X4, and you should be picking me up right here in the Sony ZV-1. I can see my levels coming in through nice and clear there. So of course, as I mentioned, it's gonna sound clear when there's no music on, but once I turn the music on, of course, it's gonna be a different story. So as you can see here, well, you probably can't see, well, yeah, let's spin a 360 around here. Here is my main speaker that I have hooked up to the X-Vive 45, and there's no sound coming out of this. Why? Because as mentioned earlier, I have this microphone dedicated to group out only. So it's only going to the X4 and it's only going to the Sony ZV-1. So nobody in the crowd would hear me talking to my cameras, right? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start a track now and just show you how perfect this thing sounds.
Wild, come my way. I got the rhythm in my veins. The disco on display. You wanna go hard? I can play. You wanna go wild? Come my way. I got the rhythm in my veins. The disco on display. You wanna go hard? I can play. You wanna go wild?
So everything is coming through to the cameras wirelessly. So what's cool about this is with that type of audio splitter I have, it has like 6 splitters. One's obviously for the input. I can go to 3 or 4 cameras if I want to. So you can have multiple cameras. Now, where this helps you out is, man, you could even send audio to the videographer's camera if they wanted to, right? So as long as you had another one of these attenuator cables and say the videographer brings one of their own Rode Pro or Rode Me's, you could tell them, hey, I can feed audio directly into your camera if you're okay with that, right? Now, yeah, that is a big risk. What if something goes wrong and now you messed up everything? But you could always send them audio, or most videographers put their own audio over it anyway. But I think this is a pretty cool option to have for videographers. So let me show you now. I'm going to take the Sony ZV-1. I'm going to disconnect the power supply here, and the battery will take over flawlessly. There it goes. Now we're running on the internal battery. I'm going to disconnect it as my assistant would and say like he's taking it out on the dance floor.
Disco on display. You wanna go hard? I can play. You wanna go wild? Come my way. I got the
So here we are. I'm not sure if you can hear me over the music or not, but this would be like him taking it out onto the dance floor. Guys, how y'all doing tonight? Are y'all having a good time? And they're just yelling into the camera. I'm not sure how good you can hear me on this because, as I mentioned, the music takes over this. What I was saying is, I don't know if you could hear me over the music, but this is what it would be like. Total freedom. You know, he could even come back here and get some video of me mixing, go to the front of the booth, do whatever he's got to do to capture those moments. And then when he's ready to put it back on the tripod, it's as simple as that. It just clicks into space. Before I got these quick releases, I was always unscrewing my camera, unscrewing it. There's no way that that's going to look good on video. Same with the Insta360 X4. I would have to unscrew it. But now with this, let me take this off real quick and just show you real quick. And here we are. We're right back onto the tripod, and he could even extend it to get those big crowd shots up on the dance floor. I mean, look at that. We're still capturing audio wirelessly. I'm going to start another song just to show you that it still works.
I'm always late, but I'm worth the wait. I'm hard to catch, but I'm worth the chase. I'm always late.
So here's my assistant out on the dance floor, or even me if I didn't have an assistant. I could take this out on the dance floor and capture some footage with the audio sounding pristine.
I show up slow, but I steal the show.
And as you guys can see, there's no blips from the two transmitters being side by side. And then the room mic. Let's talk about the room mic. So this is going to capture a directional sound. So this would be like me right here, like the crowd screaming.
I'm always late, but I'm worth the wait. I'm hard to catch, but I'm worth the chase. I'm always late, but I'm worth the wait. I show up slow, but I steal the show.
Did I get it? Did I get it? There it is. Okay, so I didn't have it initiated yet, but this is the Behringer room mic, the HM50. This should be capturing everything in the room, right? So that's going to capture sound directionally in front of me. So the dance floor is always usually right in front of me, so that should be capturing all that sound. And it's going to capture all the sound from the mixer as well. Yeah, I just think this is a perfect setup. Big shout out to Dave Gordon for figuring this out, man. All right, we're back. Okay, so anyways, the Rode Me is super cheap. I want to say it was like 59 bucks. That's the perfect wireless transmitter. That thing will give you 6 to 7 hours of runtime. And then I'm running the old Rode here. I have another Me system down there. But this is quite inexpensive. Most of you guys already have cameras. I know like J-Book and all them and DJ BAar, they're all running 360s as well as a main camera. It might be a DSLR. It might just be something, you know, like the ZV-1. There's like the ZV-E1 now, which is supposed to be better. But like I said, this thing has never let me down. So I stay with the ZV-1. The room mic, I want to say, was 59 bucks. And then the Me's, I already gave you that. And then, of course, the attenuator cables, I want to say those are like 19 bucks a piece. But it decreases that volume by 36 decibels. So when it comes through these cameras, as you can hear, it is feeding perfectly through there. And as mentioned, you don't hear it coming out of my main speaker here, which is my Everse 8, because of the group out that I have it hooked up to. So this isn't like a full hook it up type of tutorial, but as Dave Gordon did for me, I will do the same for you guys. If you have any questions, I'll be happy to talk to you, walk you through it, show you up close and personal. I'm gonna link everything in this video of what I used, including my mixer. We've got another mixer coming into us at the end of the month. A brand new company created a 12-channel mixer. They're only picking 10 creators, 10 YouTube creators to send it to, and I was one of them, so I'm so fortunate. That new mixer does have aux out, it does have PFL, it has everything, almost everything that the Yamaha has. So I'm pretty excited about that. We'll have another mixer in the arsenal. But yeah, guys, that's it. Super simple. As you know, we always just set up a camera behind us and capture that sound since the beginning of vlogging. And the sound is terrible. It sounds muffled. It's super bassy, it's echoey. You can't make out what song it is sometimes that we're playing. But with this, and combined with an HM50 Behringer mic for room noise, crowd reactions, that's what we want. When we bring in a badass song and we get those ooh and those ahs and that oh, you know, we can capture all that into the same mix without having to go and edit. One person that brought up the editing process of capturing live sound with mixed sound is Kevin Garrity, DJ Hi Kevin. He has a badass video out there on how to sync up your audio, but now you don't even need to do that anymore. And trust me, his video helped me a lot with syncing, doing auto syncing in post-production, but man, that was a lot of work. But shout out to Hi Kevin for that awesome video. Definitely shout out to Dave Gordon for bringing this system this way to life. And like I said, if you guys have any questions, hit me up. I'll be more than happy to help you guys. Super simple, super easy, super streamlined. Thanks for checking out the video, guys. I hope you like this. If you found it informative, give it a click, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. I'll let you know when that new mixer comes in at the end of the month. It's going to be awesome. We're going to review that channel. We're going to use it at an actual event. I've got another microphone to review. And then I've got something else to review that's been sent to me. So we've got to review the VM30 sent to us by Comica or Comica. I'm not sure how you say that. And then the brand new U45D by X5 that I still haven't gotten to, but we're going to knock that out this week. Thanks for checking it out, guys. We'll see you on the next one.